I'm Beth Ruyungu, and I'm going to tell you the story of the rainbow smile. When Alex discovered that he was in stage 4 with an aggressive form of stomach cancer, he had a better idea than many of us might about what that meant. Alex worked at Delaware Hospice. He was 48 years old. He had been a friend and companion to many on their journeys with terminal illness, both as a pastoral care chaplain and as a bereavement counsellor. Alex also had his own experience with cancer. When he was 17, he developed Hodgkin's lymphoma. The treatment in those days was heavy doses of radiation. And during the many sessions at the hospital, he befriended another boy his own age, also 17, also suffering from Hodgkin's. Alex was fortunate. He recovered. Unfortunately, his friend did not. And Alex wondered, even as a teenager, was there some higher purpose for his life? Was there something that he was meant to fulfill? Alex grew into a young man who embraced life to the fullest. He loved to be out in nature. He hiked and he kayaked. He liked to travel and he made friends wherever he went. He also loved to eat. He had a legendary appetite, and no slice of cake was safe if Alex was within range. Eventually, he felt a call to serve, and he was on his path to becoming a Jesuit when he met Sherry, who would become his wife and his main squeeze. Sherry is my sister-in-law. Hospice was the perfect place for Alex to share his gifts. He had this huge empathy and compassion, and the relationships that he made at hospice extended far beyond the bedside and out into the community. He also felt a sense of connection with those who had died. He included them in his community. He liked to speak about his friends in the balcony, as if they were at the theatre. He pictured them gazing down, cheering him on, helping him in his work. He felt his friends in the balcony when he discovered that his condition was terminal. Alex had gone to Sloan Kettering in New York for surgery. But when the surgeon opened him up, she found out that the cancer had spread further than expected. So as they discussed previously, she closed him up again without causing any more injury. A friend of the family had lent Alex and Sherry an apartment so that they could have some space to rest and recuperate. And my husband and I were passing through the city around that time. So we arranged to meet for dinner. We met at a French restaurant on a beautiful summer's evening. The food was tremendous, of course. Alex ordered a salmon hollandaise, and it came with this beautiful salad full of vegetables fresh from the farmer's market. It was the first time I ever saw Alex unable to finish a plate. We ordered a tartelette aux framboises for the table to share. The server brought one of every dessert on the menu, just because. We ordered coffee. It came with little handmade bonbons. Then we asked for the check. The check came with cognac. And we laughed because it seemed like we would never be able to leave, and wasn't that a good omen? The name of the restaurant was Tout va bien, which roughly translates to, it's all good, all will be well. That Christmas Eve, Alex and Sherry arrived at our home at the beginning of a snowstorm. It snowed all night, a thick white blanket that wrapped itself around us, and we woke in the morning to the perfect white Christmas. That February, Alex died peacefully at home with his wife beside him and his hospice nurse. A few days later, his hospice team came to visit, and Sherry saw them outside in the driveway looking at the roof, and she wondered what on earth might be wrong. Why weren't they coming in? So she went outside to have a look. And there, we discovered what she was looking at. Oh, marvelous, it's there. Was this. Now, the scientific name for this is a circumzenithal arc, and it happens when sunlight is refracted through ice crystals high in the atmosphere. I prefer to call it a rainbow smile. And I saw one for myself a couple of years later. It was just after New Year's. We'd had a snowfall, beautiful day, just like Alex's last Christmas. My kids were out in the driveway making snow angels. And they came running in to tell me. So I went outside and said hi to Uncle Alex. A few days later, a new friend came round to visit, and she saw the picture on my kitchen wall, so I told her the story of the rainbow smile. Just as I finished, I had a phone call from the administrator at the school where I was working. There'd been a terrible accident. One of our former students had been killed. It was devastating. This was a bright, vibrant young high schooler. Her younger brother was still at the school. The family were closely involved. They wanted us to hold a memorial. My task was to write a communication to send out to everyone to let them know what had happened. I wondered where on earth to start. How could I possibly share this devastating news and maybe just have like a tiny seed of something that might bring some comfort in there? So I took the picture and I put it on my desk. It's my reminder that I have friends in the balcony. Alex is up there cheering me on, helping me in my work. I see you. It's my reminder that tout va bien. All will be well. Thank you.